Hi everyone, it's Hannah here, and today we're up to prompt 25 of Inktober, which is Splat. So we're going to do some brainstorming. As always, if you don't know what Inktober is, then have a look in the description below. Splat, so you could draw, so splat is like that kind of shape when something's like a paintball or something has hit a wall and the splatter, or it's also like the sound. So it's the sound or the shape. So things that go splat, you can do like water bombs. When you're in summertime, you can have like you throw water balloons. That's what I'm looking for, water balloons. So when you're playing a game and you're throwing water balloons at each other and they open up, and you could do a photo of the water balloon exploding, a drawing I mean. And similarly, you could do a paintball fight. Those sound like a lot of fun. You could do someone wearing the like paintball uniform, like with a bit of protective gear because it hits kind of hard, and then the splats on their uniform where the paint's been. You could do an abstract drawing in the shape of a splat. So you have the shape, right? And then within that, you can draw your own patterns and designs. And splats can also be, they're not always like, that's kind of like a cartoon way of doing it, but sometimes it's kind of like a more organic shape. So maybe have a look online at some photos like that and use that as inspiration. So then you could do abstract shapes within that. And if you work with ink, like ink from, I work with just pens normally, but if you work from like ink from a bottle or an ink brush, you could make splatter marks using the ink. So you could grab the brush and then kind of like use your fingers to move the brush back and then make it splat on the paper so it has splatter marks. Or you could just shake the brush over it when it's got ink on it, and then the paper will have splatter marks on it. I think a splat is also like a part of a chair. I don't know if people use that language much, but have a look online. You could do someone who's doing a painting and they're like holding their paintbrush, and on the painting the design has lots of splatters on it. So it's kind of like meta because it's someone who's doing art and then you're like drawing someone who's doing art. So say the canvas is on an easel and there you've got an artist painting that. And maybe it doesn't need to be a person. Maybe you could do like an animal painting or, you know, who knows what. And when you're using ink or water mixed with ink to make splatter marks, you could either make it into something realistic, like a landscape. Not realistic, but something like in real life, like maybe you want to use that splatter and try and make something that like vaguely resembles clouds or mountains. Or the other option is you could just do a collection of abstract splatter marks and make the artwork kind of aesthetically pleasing in an abstract way. Okay, those are my ideas for Splat. I hope you've enjoyed this brainstorming. As always, it's been a pleasure. My name's Hannah, and Shadow's exhibit is my collection of artworks. If you want to see what I've been doing for Inktober, then have a look in the description below. See you next time.